Okay. Now, on our headless friend here, we will take off this gun. Yes, this is considered a gun here. It's got a little pew pew hole right in the front. Got a little pew pew hole right in the front here. That yellow thing. But you can also do this. And this little neon thing here is more to stick in something. This is going to turn this into a little platform like this. And you take your little guy here, you put him like this, or you can put him like that. Works better like this with his feet out straight. And then you set him inside here. Set him inside here. He'll sit there, nice and secure. Right like that. You grab the other gun. The other gun. And you can put that in a little hole right there. And what this does is on the larger Titans Return figures, like the Leader Clash stuff that turns into bases and stuff, this is like a little gun emplacement. So your little Titan Masters have places to destroy things from. And we'll get to this guy. And what does he turn into? Well, his name is Krock. So what do you think he turns into? I don't know, Meryl. Well, what could he possibly turn into? What could possibly be on the back? Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that. He's vicious looking, huh? Yeah, he looks like he's ready to destroy them things. Of course he is. Look at the symbol on his chest. What is he? He's a Decepticon, of course. All right, so you put this up like this. You flip the hands in. You put these hands in like that. And this guy's got a lot of little things to pop off. Like these little claws here that he's got there to pop off like really easily. Like, because they're just like on a little friction hinge. They just pop on and off like pretty easily. All right, so then we got that. And we get that. Like that. It'll go like this. See, so, ball joint popped off. See that? See that? See? Popped off the ball joint. Pop. There we go. Back together, see? Alright. I didn't do it. I give up. Alright. He's got his little feet down here. He's got little feet down here. This is like the worst video I've made yet out of these three, and because I'm trying not to live stream it because I thought it would work better. He's got these little feet right here, feet. Pop that up there like that. Do the other one. Do the Mario. He is just popping left and right today, huh? This is the video that doesn't want to be made. But guess what? It's going to be made. You shall not triumph over me, for I am the human, and you are that crude piece of plastic. So then we flip that leg, like that, and we flip this leg, like this, and then we go and we put this down like this. That way we got most of the gator boat. Look at that. The one thing I'm not liking about this toy is how the head is supposed to, how the head is supposed to go into these little holes here. And these holes are actually, as it says in the instructions, supposed to be like slightly off kilter. Like this. But it seems to work better when they're straight up like this. Because as you can see, these little pegs are kind of like not straight on, so they're supposed to be like a little off kilter, and it doesn't seem to want to work correctly on this copy of the figure. So you have to fiddle with it. Fiddly figures are not fun. Nobody finds a fiddly figure fun. How many times can Meryl say fiddly? Well, if you haven't figured it out by now, the channel is called Dark Claw. My name is Meryl. I've been Dark Claw for a long time. This is your introduction. And you take this little assembly, right? Take all of that. You can leave the gun on there too. Right like that. You can leave the gun like... He's huge. Hang on. Let me bag it. You leave the gun right there. You can take the gun off. I like to leave it like that, right there. Flip that down. Leave the gun right there, like there. It adds to his tail. His tail goes on a peg. It gets a little wibble wobble here. There's a I don't know why they made this one out of rubbery plastic when everything else has been made out of like a nice solid plastic, but they made this one out of a rubbery plastic. So we're going to drop the in here. He gets dropped in there. You close it up, and he's riding a crocodile. Do 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 do. Now, like I said, the articulation on this figure, the mouth, as far as I know, as I can't find it, doesn't open. At least, yeah, it's not going to open. It doesn't open. It's one solid piece. In fact, when it comes in the box, it comes off. It comes like this. The thing is off. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's like not gonna come apart. It's not gonna open and close. So no opening and closing mouth on this figure. At least I haven't figured out if there's a hinge here. If it's just really tight. The instructions don't say anything about it. And that goes on this ball joint right here. And you just take him and pop him right on there. And you got his head right there. Now he's got a little bit of articulation here. He got some whoop, whoop, whoop. He got some whoop, 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 whoop. Hi everybody. I'm a Decepticon crocodile. Nothing really in the legs here. He can go full 360, but nothing else there. And like I said, see, even on the other side, full 360, but really not a little outward movement, but nothing. I mean, the tail waggles back and forth until it comes off the post. So this one is not as much fun as some of the other three figures I picked up. He's already been, I've only had him a few hours, and he's already a pain in the butt. Straight up the cloaca. this together. Get that bed together. QBs together. Freaking go together. And once again, he's back in his Krock mode. Transformation back to robot is, like I said, kind of simple. These deluxes aren't complex creatures, especially not this guy. We're gonna remove this. Set that aside. Set the gun aside. What we're gonna do here is we're going to get our friend, retrieve our friend, and once you get him in there, it's a lot easier to open that because it seems to just not be, it doesn't seem to hook on the ledge here because the plastic is soft. This plastic is like really squishy. It deforms really easy. I don't know why they used a rubbery plastic like this. Instead of like the same plastic that they could use here. I mean, this is a lot stronger. I mean, it holds up. This, not so much. This, not so much. It's flimsy. And sure, yeah, it gets stuck. And then you need something. I don't want to put scratch marks on my toy. I don't want to put scratch. If I'm a kid playing with this, I don't want to put scratch marks on my toy just to be able to put my Headmaster, my Titan Master in there. That Hasbro should have thought that through a little bit better. There's no reason for this to be soft plastic. I guess they wanted it to match the plastic that's in his head, but it could have been this plastic here. Could have been a flat piece of this plastic here, and that would have done great. It would have been fine. But they didn't do that. So we have to deal with what they did. All right. So you flip his feet out like so. His feet come down like that. He's got, well, his legs come down like that. You pull his little footsies out. You pull his little footsies out. So you got his feet out now. All right. It tilts his crocodile head back, and you spin this around. This seems to be the best way to store this, is you spin the crocodile head around, because if you do it like this, now, I guess you could leave it like that. I guess so, as like that, but I don't know, this just seems to be, to me, a better way to leave it, because it looks a bit cooler like that. And you take his arms, you bring those down. See, and you bring it down. And you bring it down. And now he's sort of there. And I mean, you could leave these claws out. I'm sure you could leave these claws out. Maybe like the Transformers version of Wolverine. Schnick, schnick, bickety bam. But, yeah. Drop those back. Pull that out. Drop that back. Pull that out. take a guy here. Take Gatorface. Take him and straighten him out. He's now straight. And you turn him into his head mode. Then, just like with every other Titan return figure, there's a little port up there, and you just Voltron that son of a bitch. Right there. Voltron him in there, and you wheel, turn, all the way around. Did. Swivels. Bend. Nothing at the arm because of nothing at the hands because it folds in, and I don't understand this because a lot of these are doing this. Of course, he's transformed into his vehicle mode over here. A lot of them are doing this, but you know, I just don't get it since Quake has a swivel and his hands do the same thing. I don't understand why that can't be included either. I'm starting to see some these are like minor nitpicks on some of these toys. Like, I understand why it can't happen with Twinferno because he's got dragon arms, and Twinferno is a different story, and Trigger Happy doesn't need wrist swivels because Trigger Happy has gun arms, so his badass factor overrides. But this guy needed really, I think this guy needed all the help he could get, and some wrist, a slightly longer arm, and some wrist swivels here. Especially would have done him some help, especially since his alt mode is so lacking in articulation. A waist swivel, knees, thigh swivel, pretty loose thigh swivel too. I mean, I don't mind that. The thigh's not going to make you do anything. Wide range of splittage there. Legs go pretty far back. And you get more than 90 degrees of bend at the knee because of the transformation. But, I mean, he could be called Stumpy after this. Plus, he's got, like, if you really want to look into it, he's got a double knee here. So, yeah, see, that's pretty loose thigh swivel right there. Meanwhile, the other one is kind of clicky, but that's all right. That's okay. They all can't be winners. No, he's not a loser either. I mean, he's just... He's trying. He's doing his best. He's doing his best. He's doing his best. The colors on here, you probably won't be able to see them the way I see them because of the camera. He's got a nice black. Everything's backwards, by the way. He's got a nice black, a neat, like, fluorescent yellow. And this purple in real life is a lot darker than the camera shows it. So it's coming up like more of a blue on the camera. but it's a purple here. So he's got some nice colors. He's a pretty decent. He's a decent figure for getting him at Ollie's for $7.99. This was the fourth figure I've picked up at Ollie's. Um, my Ollie's in Mount Pocono had, once again, still had some Trigger Happies, Quakes, and Twin Infernos sitting on pegs. But Ollie's is like an odd lot store. It gets things in that are like buyouts. So it's going to get things that are like shelf warmers and stuff like that. There's a second chance store really for you to get good deals on stuff. And he's all right. I mean, for $8, I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, you heard my gripes in here, but for $8, he wasn't that bad. You know, he's going to sit on the shelf with the rest of them. And if I get some more, or if I get over to where my stash of my Transformers are, I'll do some more reviews. Maybe I'll start to work on getting some better quality video here. But I'm working with what I got, what I can afford. So here he is, Krock, Gatorface, Titans Return, decent figure. If you can find him at like a place, if you have a place like an Ollie's close by and you can find him, pick him up. I mean, I can't be disappointed in him. It's my plastic therapy now, so pretty good. We'll see you later.